This video is by Straight Goods News. SGNews.ca.
Rising level of household debt in the country, or is that actually just a consumer thing that really actually doesn't have anything to do with government?
That's a good question. I mean, you got to think about that question. I think the fact of the matter is that in a tough economy, where unemployment is high, where people's benefits are being cut back, where unemployment insurance is being cut back, where a number of other things are happening, people are often reduced to going out and borrowing money. I mean, in my riding, I can tell you, the level of activity in my riding office goes up if there's a recession. People are applying for Canada Pension, people are reapplying for their workers' compensation pensions. There's a constant effort to say, well, I can't get money here, I got to get money somewhere. And so they go to banks, they go to credit cards, they go to loan sharks, they go to a whole bunch of places. And so you have to say, in general, to the extent to which the government has contributed to, or its policies have not done enough to alleviate the impact of higher unemployment and slower growth, yes, they do share a responsibility for the higher levels of consumer debt.
Because Mr. Flaherty seems, I believe his phrase today in the House was that he was happy the Canadians felt that they were capable of spending more money and using more of their credit cards, that actually things are going so well.
I think perhaps it'd be a good idea if Mr. Flaherty spent, I'm sure he will do so, spend a bit of time just thinking about that answer and thinking about what the reality of the situation is. The reality is that it's a lot of poorer people who are going into debt, as well as middle and other income people who are going into debt. But the notion somehow that people are getting into higher credit card situations because they're really comfortable to be spending more money, I think is really kind of misses the reality of the situation, which is that many people are borrowing from credit cards or going to other forms of debt because they don't have the money to hold things together, and that's the tough part.
And yet the government's putting a lot of emphasis on personal debt and getting rid of that. What do you suggest students in that case do, or how does the government help them in that sense?
Well, I still think the provinces and the federal government need to get together for a better plan. I've long been an advocate of the view that we need to help lower and middle income students more, and we need to help them not by increasing access to student loans, but by giving them direct grants. And we need to increase the amount of the grants to make sure that they're not having to go into debt. We also need to make sure that the governments don't actually make money anymore on the student loan program. They do. Right now, both the federal and provincial governments make a profit on the student loan program. So they can afford to lower the interest rates on student loans. They can afford to make serious changes in the way the program is administered, and they can also make sure that lower and middle income students, in fact, are not the ones who are going deeper and deeper into debt.